Very recently, when the PT exam changes were announced, we published our findings, our experiments with the real PT exam mock tests, and we shared you two findings related to PT reading and PT writing, how our templates are still working and how you can still achieve a perfect 90 in both the modules. I was going to do the same for PT speaking as well, but a lot of students and viewers demanded to see the strategies of the two new questions that have been added from 7th of August 2025. So in this video, I'm going to talk about respond to situation. That is also a new question, and previously it was part of the trial question in PT academic exam, but now it is going to be included on a permanent basis. So we are going to crack everything open for respond to situation. Like and subscribe, and let's watch it right till the end to understand each and every detail. Hey everyone, this is Anurag here from Edutrainex PT. I hope you all are doing great. Now, PT respond to situation question was already part of PT core exam, and we have been adding them to our latest prediction files as well. You can see from the last 3 to 4 months, whatever you have access to, you will find these questions. And if you are wondering how to get access to these questions, we do offer two types of memberships on the YouTube channel, Priority and VIP. Priority will give you access to all the prediction questions, latest for including respond to situation. And the VIP plan will give you a lot more. Not only the prediction file, but the vocabulary list for reading, spelling list for writing and listening, grammar ebooks, templates, and exclusive access to some videos as well. So depending on how much help you need, you can either choose any of these options. Now, but the focus of this video is completely on respond to situation. So we will talk about all the strategies, what you have to do, what you don't need to do. In my opinion, this is going to be an easy question for you. So let's begin and start exploring how this task can actually help you in the PT speaking module to get a complete 90 out of 90 score. So first things first, let's start talking about the task itself and how it looks. So respond to situation in the PT academic exam is of course a PT speaking question, and it is last one, the 7th in the sequence. That's how I got it in the mock test. So when I did the official mock test, I got all the regular questions of the PT speaking module, answer short question, then I got summarized group discussion, and then finally I got respond to situation. Now, how many do you get in the exam? Pearson says you get 2 to 3, but I only got 2 because summarized group discussion also I got 2 of them, which is pretty lengthy. And if you have not watched the strategy and complete template video on summarized group discussion, we very recently published that one. Please go and watch it. That is a must watch for you. Now let's explore the respond to situation questions again. It's 20 to 30 seconds audio will be there, and why I said it's an easy question because the same thing will also be given to you in the transcript form, in the text form. Exactly what the audio will be playing, it is also displayed to you visually. So it becomes easier because you don't require to take notes. Everything is right in front of you. Now 20 to 30 seconds audio length will be there. Normally 15-20 seconds also can be there. But after audio, you only get 10 seconds to prepare, similar to what you have been habituated for retail lecture and other questions. And then you have to respond for 40 seconds. Now again, this particular question, as I showed to you in the exam update video, that respond to situation question is also included in the manual review part. So whatever you attempt, whether you attempt nicely or badly, it is going to be finally reviewed by a human evaluator as well. So don't try any tricks here. Let's just stick to basics. It's a very, very practical question, and then you just need to do a few things to achieve a perfect score in this. Let's look at how it looks. This is what I was telling you about. So the instructions will be there on the top, and the transcript will be shown to you here. And then this is the audio recorder part and the audio player part, which is very common. Now you may see a circular ones, but this is from an old screenshot for the PT core exam, but same format, exactly the same format. This is what you need to read. We'll talk about the strategy, but let's look at the scoring first. Understand what we are aiming for. That's what scoring tells you and how you have to crack it. So fluency wise, 5 points, pronunciation wise, 5 points, very similar to other questions. Content wise, 6 points. Exactly same as summarized group discussion, retail lecture, describe image. So what do we need to do? On the next slide, I will show you what you need to do and what you don't need to do. But before that, first things first, understand that if you don't know about the basics of PT speaking, hesitations or fluency is the #1 criteria. I'm just reiterating it, that you don't have to hesitate. You don't have to pause unnecessarily. That will cause your scores to drop. It should be a very smooth response, the way I am speaking to you, without any hesitations, without any repetitions. All those things will cause deterioration in your fluency scores, and fluency indirectly will affect your pronunciation and content score as well. It is very hard to recover when you make a lot of fluency mistakes in any speaking question. So please bear in mind, number one criteria always remains no hesitations, fluency. Then comes pronunciation, which is clarity, how you're pronouncing the words. And then finally, the content part is also important. So all of them play a role together to give you the maximum scores. Now, keywords are important because this is what we need to address. Now, it becomes really easy when you already have something to see. Now, for PT course students, they can speak 25 to 30 seconds, but for PT Academic and UKVI, I will definitely recommend you to speak at least 30 seconds because this is going for a manual review. If we stick to 20-25 seconds, the human evaluator may feel like that we have not spoken enough content. Now, templates do work for this question, so that is a good news for you guys. Templates do work, but before we start looking at template and solving a question, and again, I'm going to do an exam question which you can find in the prediction file. If you don't have access to it, just explore our YouTube Priority and VIP. Link is given in the description as well as in the comment. So, what do we need to do? We need to imagine and we need to visualize. It's a very, very real life practical scenario based question. You are going to the office, the car broke down, you call the manager to reschedule the meeting. What will you do? So two parts of the question are there. One is the problem and the other one is the solution, because you are responding to a situation which is actually a problem, situational issues. That's what we are addressing here. So don't just keep talking about the issue itself. The second thing is also to provide a solution. Now, many of the questions that we have seen in the prediction file also gives you ideas about how to present your solution. So for example, it may give you a question related to library and the books are missing. And then what will you tell to the library members so that they return the books on time and it can be used by others? So they provide the solution as well. That becomes easier question. But if they don't provide, you just need to think in real life, what will you say? And there is no right or wrong answer. It's just a solution. So words like we need to do it or I request you to do it should be there in your response. So that will give you more weightage of what you are providing. Structure, follow a structure definitely. Start with a greeting. So basically, whatever it is, formal, informal, you can start with hello, hi, hey, and then the role will be given there. Members, manager, supervisor. You can just say, hey manager, hey boss, things like that. Start with a greeting and then follow a proper structure or a template. Structure and template is just giving you most things about the body, how you are addressing the problems and how you're talking about finally the solution. Now the solution can be partly in your body itself or you can provide it in the concluding sentence. Normally what we do for concluding sentence is just summarize what we have discussed, we will talk about and you will consider my request related to this. Okay, we'll see the question. Now what you should avoid is hesitations, I already told you, and grammar is not marked here, so you don't need to worry about making any grammatical mistakes. Okay, text is already given to you and you just have to make points out of it. And stop repeating the same thing, stop repeating the same sentences. Even in the template, if you forget about it, just add some other linking words or the conjunction words and then you can continue speaking. Don't keep on repeating the same thing. We should do this, we should do this, I can see this, we can hear this. No, don't repeat the same things. And if you're not speaking enough, which I already told you 30 seconds, then you may have a problem related to the content part where the human evaluator may think or the reviewer may think that you have not spoken enough. Now, as long as you are able to address this situation, provide a solution to it and speak for 30 seconds, then you are in good hands. It will perfectly work out for you. Now, let's look at the template and how it can help you. So this is a very simple template. Of course, we have to use phrases. Now, we can't go back to using the keywords because of human reviewer. So how we start is greeting. Hi, hi mate, hi, hello guys, or the role that is mentioned, the manager, the supervisor, dear manager. Dear manager is mostly, dear is used in formal writing or informal writing. You say dear friends when you are writing a letter. Okay, but mostly you start with hello, hey, hi. All these words can be used easily, and you should use it because you are starting a conversation. When you call someone, you say, hey, how are you? Something like that, right? So this is a conversation. Okay, so very, very practical situation. Think about it. And then this template can give you a structure how you have to proceed. You can trim it down if you're already verbose. Verbose means the ability to speak longer phrases. So if you're already able to do that, you can cut this down. Today, I wanted to speak to you about this. To begin with, I would like to mention that this should be considered. Additionally, I think we need to focus on this. Also, it is important to discuss the details about this. Later on, we can further talk about something. Thanks in the end. Thanks, and I wish you will consider whatever you have highlighted, the problem area or the solution area. Now let's look at the question. Again, this is an exam question, I told you. Now, this is a question which does not have a solution part. You are taking business night classes and your project is going to be due soon. You want to ask your professor for an extension over the period. You go to the professor's office. What do you say to him? So what is the role? Who are we speaking to? We are speaking to the professor. So that will come in the greeting. Hi, professor. Hello, professor. These sort of wordings you can add. But this particular text does not have too many keywords or the solution part. So what I can extract from here is you don't need to write it down in the exam because you don't have that much time to take down notes. It's already written to you in the text format. This will be given to you right in front. So what I'm trying to highlight here is the keywords here. Professor, taking business night classes, project due, ask, request. See, need. I need an extension. I'm requesting you for an extension. That is the problem area. Weekend, office, over the weekend. And why are you asking for the solution? That some things you can generate on your own. So I'll submit my assignment by next week. There will be no exceptions. Why I'm not able to submit? Because I'm not getting enough time. Very practical thing. Because of too much college work, university work and night classes, too much work is there, and I also have a job, part-time job, so I'm not getting enough time. Please extend me. See, this is the addressing the problem with supporting details. Now, the solution here is just ask for an extension. So that you must do. And reasons also you need to provide because you are providing an argument, like addressing a situation. So without reasoning, it doesn't become a valid argument. You just can't go to a professor and ask for extension without any valid reasons. He won't give it to you. So it needs to be persuasive. Now I'll play the audio exactly what you hear with this type of question, and then we will look at a sample response.
You are taking business night classes and your project is going to be due soon. You want to ask your professor for an extension over the weekend. You go to the professor's office. What do you say to him?
Okay, so you heard the audio, exactly what it is written. Now we need to extract those things and start speaking. Let's look at the sample response now. How do we start? Hello, professor. Of course, a greeting. Dear professor will sound as if we are writing a letter. So just stick to informal way. Only very, very rare scenarios you may have to use something, a very polite or very formal way of approaching. But this is conversation, practical based question. So always hello, hey, hey guys, hello friends, hello members, like that. Hello, professor. Today, and see how I have put in the phrases. Today, I wanted to speak to you about my project submission that is due very soon. So I am addressing the problem first. What have I come to you for? You give the reason first. Why am I approaching you? My project submission is due very soon. To begin with, I would like to mention that I am currently taking business night classes due to which I am not getting enough time. So I am setting the context of the story. I've come to you for the project submission. Now, because I am taking business night classes, I'm not getting enough time. And then using the template, additionally, I think we need to focus on my request for extension, or you can say focus on that I need an extension. I request you for an extension. Words like this should be there. Also, it is important to discuss the details like my job and college are keeping me very busy, or I'm not getting enough time because of job and college. You speak anything, just make it a phrase. Later on, we can further talk about that I will surely submit the project after this weekend. What I noted from the generated text in the previous slide was no exceptions means definitely, surely. So I just replaced that word with a more appropriate word here. I will definitely submit the project after this weekend. So I'm making a promise here. I'm providing a solution. I gave a reason why I'm not able to do that. And that's it. And then finally, thanks. And I wish you will consider my project deadline extension. See, again, why have I come here? What is the actual request? My project deadline extension or my project due date extension. Whatever you are comfortable with, speak about that. So what did we learn here? Start with a greeting, address the problem, provide some reasons, provide some solution, and then just conclude it. It is not about the best answer or the worst answer. So in fact, the question part which you already gathered from here, asking for an extension because of night classes. Okay, some other things. Why? What is happening because of the night classes? That is something I made up because we only have 24 hours in a day. So that means that this guy is getting pretty busy. And if I imagine myself to be the situation going to a professor, then I need to tell him that I don't have time. I am not getting enough time because of so much work. Additional college as well as additional night classes are also there with me. So that's what is the reasoning here that I provided. Now you can say I'm currently taking business classes and I already have an exam for that in the coming week. So I'm preparing for that. So you can give any reasons. That's what I'm saying. There is no bad or good answer, but just the way you are addressing the situation should be appropriate. Exactly, very practical situation. If you look at the prediction questions, I'm telling you these are all your neighbor is making sound and you loud music and what will you say to the neighbor? Suggest ideas. Play the music slowly so that the sleep is not disturbed. I have a small baby. Anything practical you can speak and everything will be relevant as long as you stick to the structure and stick to the way you are addressing the problem. That summarizes the respond to situation. There is nothing more into it. This is an easy question. I know this is a burden at this point of time, adding 2 new questions in the exam after 7th of August, on or after 7th of August. But yes, it's not that difficult. You can crack it easily. You just need to visualize, you just need to imagine, and then just speak up your mind. And follow the template and the structure as well. And if you have not watched the video that we recently published on the summarize group discussion as well, full strategy template and everything, please go and watch that. And in the meantime, if you are really struggling and lost with your exam preparation, we do provide live classes as well. So do telegram us. The link is provided on our channel in this video description. There are multiple ways to reach out to us. Keep watching Edutrainex and I'll soon be back with another super informative video on PT topics. See you soon.